I know there are a few new members, so let me cover the basic details. Python Meetup was the original name. Python Meetup started off way back, a couple of years back. They were looking for somebody who can take over the group. I have taken over the group just a couple of months. It's very recently. To set the overall context and the purpose of this group. This group is for domain experts and people who are beginning into programming. Also, the second set of people is people who already know Python and want to know applications of Python. Where all can you use it? Whether it is data science, machine learning, or you want to build a Django server as a backend. You want to build REST APIs using Python. So for all this, it covers pretty much all the set of things. We also have two other meetups. I run another meetup called JavaScript Meetup. It was established December 2015. The purpose of that meetup is all the production grade technologies, enterprise architecture, cyber security, Java applications, anything you can think of which are like right in production right now. Everything is covered there, which is almost 90% of the population in IT. Those meetups we have been doing a lot. Under the JavaScript banner, we had done already 102nd meetup is going to happen on Saturday, the coming Saturday, August 9th. It is in ThoughtWorks, Whitefield. If you want, I'll share the link also for you people to join. If you're in Bangalore and you like to learn about machine learning and web technologies, a combination, that is what is the series talks we have, August 9th. Coming back to this meetup, this is a bootcamp series started. After I took over, I did an initial session and then asked people, volunteers to come in. This is one example where Sumant, who is a volunteer for this group, has been tremendously impactful in getting us this series. The Python Bootcamp is for people who are very beginners who want to learn Python, or you want to learn a little bit of data science and machine learning. It's more a warm-up, not a very intermediate level or a detailed session. It is not about data structures and algorithms. It is just about getting the art of programming and doing something in the area of data science and machine learning, very basics. Today's session is the fourth in the series, fourth and the last session in the series. Today, Sumant will be covering about natural language processing and artificial intelligence. Sumant comes with 11 years of experience in production environment and the real world projects doing Python. So he was kind enough as a volunteer to do this. Thank you so much, Sumant. Any questions before we get started? Any question, doubt? What is the scope? What is not in scope? You want to? Okay, the presentation
is
will
there
go
an
ahead.
extension to it, Janardhan? Once the 4 is done, this is the last one, right? Are you going to repeat the same thing next month, or will there be more advanced deep dive?
We will. From the feedback that we have got, from the feedback we have got, we got more input to do a little more intermediate level where we are covering more than the basics. Me and Sumant are planning something. So as long as you are in the Byte of Python meetup group, you will be getting the updates in that one.
Thank you.
There will be an extension to this. It will be covered. I'll briefly cover people who are new. I'll cover where to find whom and how to get help. Then Sumant will get started. Able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is our the meetup group is really here. Byte of Python. It was earlier formerly called Python Meetup. Since I saw a lot of very common names of Python Meetup there, I just renamed it to Byte of Python. This is for, as I mentioned, right, domain experts and beginners, and also people who are expanding to Python programming language. If you have any questions, hey, what's coming in the next series, or if there are no events planned, what is coming up next, you can always use this chat forum to post your questions. Okay, see here. You can ask a question here. This is the discussion part. As long as you subscribe to this group, you will continue to get the updates. I also have exclusive for this meetup series that we have, which is the Python Bootcamp. We have a ton of the outline and the useful links in terms of GitHub repo that Sumant has created, practice lessons where to do from, WhatsApp group that we are using it right now, and also LinkedIn. If you want to connect to Sumant going forward, you can do that. I'm also posting the recorded sessions what we have earlier, and we had a day-wise plan mentioned for them. You have all the links here, the session notes, Google Slides. Okay. I'll share all these links while Sumant is continuing to talk. If you have any further questions, you can email me for any suggestions or feedback that you have to my email address. This is where we have created a new Python YouTube channel. You can go, and then the playlist is clear. We have been recording and uploading the sessions here. With that, over to Sumant.
Yeah, thank you. Just give me a second. I need. Yeah, all right. Let me share my screen. Okay, I hope it's visible, right?
Yes.
Yes. So okay, welcome everyone. So this is the fourth and the last session of the Python bootcamp, and as we are kind of in the last session, and like I said, we will be covering on NLP and AI with Python. So for the last 3 weeks, we were covering the basics, which also included the intermediate part, and then we also were looking into the data handling with NumPy and Pandas. So as you know, like NumPy and Pandas are where the data um manipulation libraries or transformation libraries which we saw. And then today we are jumping into a very advanced topic of AI. So I know that not everyone is experienced with all the topics what we are covering today, but this is a very high level overview of how things are working with AI or machine learning, okay, using Python, okay. So with that, I will jump further. Like I said, you have a lot of resources regarding Python. You can go and learn on your own. So we are actually using tutorials point for. You can go to tutorials point and learn about Python. And again, there are a lot of other resources as well. Okay, and then we have our WhatsApp group as well. And again, to learn any kind of language, you need to play around with the language and try practice a lot. Only then you'll come to know how it is. And over and all, if you're curious enough, you'll get to learn a lot. Okay, so with that, we'll jump into the most hype the topic of this whole year or whatever last 5 years, which is AI. So let me just give a brief intro to what is AI or artificial intelligence. Okay, in terms of programming, right? So when you look at artificial intelligence, it's an umbrella term. Okay, so everyone keeps calling all the other any kind of automation or anything, any other programs, they call it as AI. But AI itself is an umbrella term. Okay, and under that you have a lot of other sub topics or sub domains. Okay, you have machine learning, then you have neural networks, you have computer vision, which are again used for other purposes. But overall we all call it as in general as AI, instead of directly calling them by names. Like we have autonomous vehicles, we say that okay, this car is like has AI in it, but it's more of an autonomous or machine learning vehicle. And that's how this whole a whole idea or a domain of artificial intelligence is right now. And you can see that it is like everywhere you see where people are building products, people are building software with AI. So everything that is happening around is based on AI. So in that we are only looking at natural language processing. So what is natural language processing? So let's look at that. So natural language processing, it gives the ability for the computer to understand humans. Okay, we as humans, we talk in our own language. We have our mother tongue, or we have English, or we have other languages to talk and understand other people. But the way the computer understands us using the same language is a bit different, right? So for that, NLP gives that ability for the computer to understand human language. Okay, that's the main thing which is behind natural language processing. And the way it is done is that it uses some kind of deep learning models, and it has some machine learning algorithms. It can have computational linguistics. So these are again internal models or internal machine algorithm which it uses to understand humans and also reply back to them. So if you are familiar with chatbots, you talk to the chatbot, it feels like you're talking to a human. So that the whole thing, what is happening behind the scene is that the chatbot is itself using a NLP, which is the natural language processing. And again, it, like I said, the various applications are for chatbots or customer service or sentiment analysis. All this is part of NLP. Okay. Jumping ahead, like what are the actual use cases of NLP? Mostly, again, it's for your customer support. You can have a NLP chatbot, which can give you 24/7 customer support. With humans, it is like they need breaks and all. But if you have some kind of chatbot or a virtual assistant, it will be running 24/7, right? And also, you can have sentiment analysis. Okay, where you can monitor or analyze customer feedback. So let's say you buy a product on Amazon, you go and give a feedback, or you leave a review of how the product is. So people from Amazon or the product, they can grab those reviews and they can run this sentiment analysis and try to figure out if the feedback was a positive or a negative feedback, and then they can improve their product, right? So all these social media companies and all, they make extensive use of sentiment analysis to understand how people react to their products. Okay. The same way, finance companies also use NLP for various other things like fraud detection and some kind of suspicious activity which happen. They also use this. And again, manufacturers use NLP for some kind of shipment related information processing. And yeah, again, retailers, they use for sentimental analysis. So it's more of these kind of human related activities which can be analyzed using NLP. Okay. So with that, are there any questions till now? Because I'll now then like go and show you some examples of NLP. Okay. So are there any questions before I jump further?
Yeah. So far, nothing in chat, but we can wait for a minute for somebody to unmute and ask any question.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Anyone, if you have a question, please unmute and ask. Okay, we can continue.
Yeah, just a second. So let me grab. Okay. So this is one example of NLP, okay, natural language processing, with where we are trying to do a summarization task. Okay. Now this code is bit complex. I will not go through the whole code. This is again Python code, and this is a Python session. Okay, but I will just tell you the gist of it and what is happening on a very high overall. Okay. So when I say summarization, what it means is that we have a huge chunk of text. Okay, we have a lot of text, and we want to summarize it into a smaller text. Okay, so this is useful when you want to read a big chunk of PDFs or any kind of document, and you just want to know what is the actual content of it. Okay, instead of reading like hundreds of pages of PDF, you want to just get a summary of what is happening there, right? In that scenario, we use something called as summarization, and here we are doing it with normal Python. Okay, so you can see last time we spoke about pandas and NumPy libraries, the same libraries we are using. Okay, I'm just importing these libraries here, and there are other libraries as well which are related to machine learning. And I'm also importing this tennis.csv. Okay, and this file actually contains articles about tennis players. So these are all the tennis players, if you have heard of their names, and they have some kind of article associated with them. Okay, so let me just print out one of the articles. So it talks about Roger Federer here, and it has a lot of text. Okay, there is a lot of text. I'll not go into that what it is. It just briefs about the player and all the other things. Okay, now I want a summary of this whole thing. Okay, for that, what can I do? So in terms of ML or machine learning, we use a lot of techniques to summarize these texts. Okay, and one of them is that we tokenize the sentences. Okay, and this again, it's a very high level overview of how the tokenization happens. What we do is like we split the text. Okay, whatever sentence you see, we split those and we convert it into tokens. Okay, for beginners, you can just think of that. When a computer wants to understand what is happening, right, it cannot understand this text. The computer really does not understand the name Federer, or it does not understand the name Switzerland without any context. Okay, for it, it's just data. So for it to understand what really is happening, we have to first convert it into tokens, and this code here allows me to convert it into tokens. Okay, and once the whole token is converted, we use something called as embeddings. Now again, embeddings is a complex topic. Okay, here what I'm doing is actually using a model here, a very small model called Glove, and I have the definition for Glove. It's a world representation model. Okay, it's like an algorithm which processes these words and all. So what it does is that it gives me more tokens, and it allows me to it allows the computer to understand what is happening with all these words we have here, right? So again, there's again a function called vectors in machine learning, and what we are trying to do is convert all these things into vectors. And then we have something called as similarity matching, where we match up the words. Okay, if there is some kind of similarity in words, we match up those things. Okay, and once that is done, uh, we are ready to get our output. Okay, so this is the whole output. You can see this is the article here. Okay, and I get a summary of this. Now this when you see the article, it is really big, long article. Okay, I can scroll all the way to the right, and it's very big, but the summary I want is just one sentence of what the whole article is. So this is how a summarization technique works in machine learning. Okay, now again, I did not explain all the code here because it's very complex topic, and going into each one of them is a different topic altogether. It will take several weeks to explain just what is happening with tokens, what is happening with vectors, and all that. But at the end of the day, what we want is these summaries to be created, right? So I have this whole article here. Okay, and I just get the summary in one line. Now you might say that this whole summary might not make sense right now. Okay, but the whole thing about ML or deep learning or AI is that you need to like have a proper understanding of how these algorithms are applied, and sometimes you have to do some kind of fine tuning and all these things if you want a correct summary. If you read few things from the summary, it might not make sense. That's what I was trying to say. But still, I got a summary saying that some from the same long text, I got a summary. So that's the whole point of having the summarization. And one more point I would like to highlight here is that just to get the summary of from all these text, we used all these libraries and we used all these techniques. Okay, so you can understand that ML or machine learning is a bit complex when it comes to using these different algorithms, right? So you need to have a bit of more understanding to really get a grasp of what is happening. Okay, and before I jump further, are there any questions? This was very basic example
Yeah.
of like yeah.
Yeah, so this example is not using any LLMs, right?
Sorry, could you repeat?
The example you show right now on the notebook, that is not using any large language models, right?
It is not using, in a sense, it is using a small language model. This is called Glove. Okay.
Oh, okay, got
It's
it.
an algorithm. It's an unsupervised learning algorithm it is using internally. It's not using
But
a
that is
large
running locally, or that is running locally on the machine, or is it an API call to a as
No, it's
service?
it's running local on this notebook. Wherever this notebook is hosted, on that it is running. It's on your. If you are running it from your local machine, it will be on your local machine.
Okay, okay. It's called Glove, GLOVE, right? Okay,
Yeah. Yes.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions?
Yeah, I see this model has a extension as .txt. So what exactly the format of the models, how they are stored internally?
It is stored as an embedding. I don't know, like if you can really understand that. So okay, so it's stored as all these embeddings. So these are called embeddings. It's not text. Okay, these are numbers and these are called
We are
embeddings.
not seeing. Is it a different place? We are not seeing.
Oh, you are not seeing? Okay, okay, got
No.
it. So, okay, wait. Let me share my whole screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if you can see this.
Yeah.
Okay, so this text.txt, it's a embedding file. It contains all the text as embeddings. These are numbers which are the text is represented as numbers. So like I said, that computers do not directly understand text. So the way the machine learning or AI understands is through embeddings, and these are the numbers. Okay, for beginners, this is how I tell that, like the way the computers understand is through these kind of numbers, and that's how they represent languages for talking to us, or when we talk to the computer, right? So this is what is there in the glove file. Okay.
So these numbers get
S-
translated
One
into
more question. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead, go ahead.
yeah. So this number actually these models are all are just numerical values. So when we
Yeah.
talk to models, normally we don't get these values. We get the strings like text. So
Yes.
how these
Yes.
numbers get converted into the text format? Like what is the
Yeah, that's the part, the magic behind what is happening in the AI part, or your algorithms. It converts everything and then it gives you. So that's the reason I was showing you. You have a lot of methods. You have a lot of these similarity techniques and all, which are applied, which we don't see as a normal user. We don't see that. Okay. But in the background, all these things keep happening, and that was the main reason to show you people that this is how the AI works, or this is what happens behind the scenes. Okay, so you can directly go, let's say, like I have this particular AI which is Perplexity. I can go and ask any question, what is Python? Okay, and if you're seeing, right, I can just say what is Python, and it gives me the answer, right? It just gives me the answer without, but I don't see what is happening in the background. Okay, it just prints out everything for me. So in actuality, all these things are happening in background, and then I just wanted to show what happens in the background. All right.
Devendra, other way to understand is if you're doing image processing, if you see the very common one, right, you circle in a picture and you remove that one. Let's say you don't want a background of a lamp or something shown, you circle it and vanish it, right? Behind the scenes, it's always matrix transformation happening with the numbers and the coding -1 and all. So what Suman showed was that digital form of it. But for the end user, it will look like you have actually vanished a lamp, right? So it's in a similar analogy here.
yeah, got it. Understood. Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sumant, one question. Uh,
go ahead, go ahead.
we are using this small language model Globe and instead of any LLM. So I just wanted to understand the fundamental difference between the backend operations of LLM and this Globe. Because when we go to, let's say, ChatGPT tokenizer, there we are able to see exactly the tokens that are being created and all in the backend. So here, is the Globe thing doing the same thing in the backend or
Yeah,
some other?
yeah, kind of. It for Glow, it has already been created. But when you go for the ChatGPT tokenizer and all, you are creating it on the fly, right? On in real time. But here, these people have already created just for testing purposes. It's a very small model, you can say. It's like, I think, 300 MB thing. Okay, it does not have much data here, but for small kind of task, this is useful, much better.
Okay, so if we want to process more data, then we'll have to use the APIs of some LLMs in the
Yeah,
code.
yeah, correct, exactly, yeah.
All right, thanks. Yeah.
Suman, can you
Sumant,
show
one
the?
question.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ashutosh.
Yeah, yeah.
Praveen.
So I just looked up the GLOBE stands for Global Vectors for Word Representation, probably from Stanford Research. But in your experience, do you think this is being used in production?
In production, so again, this is a very small and model for just for testing purposes. Like we are just doing summarization tasks, right? We are not doing other big tasks with this. So for testing purposes, this is fine. But if you go for some production related things, then it's better to go with like LLMs, which are fine tuned for your own tasks.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Go ahead, Janardhan.
Hi. So this program will be shared.
Yeah, I'll share this in my GitHub. Yeah, you can.
So, like LLMs have got billions of parameters. So, when
Yeah.
you say small model, so approximately how many parameters does it have?
This one is very small. This one I just took it from again from a open source project. So this is around 300 MB. So it's very small. 300 MB is very
So,
small.
Suman, the file name says 6B, normally 6B, 6 billion parameters, or
I
it just
guess so,
varies.
but I have not exactly checked that.
Yeah,
It
okay.
is 6B probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, how many? Six.
6
Sorry, I
billion.
couldn't catch. 6 billion. Okay, that is also not very small, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
when do you
I don't think this is 6 billion. It's a very small model, but so I'll get back to you with the
Okay,
Yeah,
exact.
fine. That we can search on the net. No, I just wanted to know when you say small, does it have some industry specific
No.
threshold, like so
So
much is
here's the
small?
thing. So here's the thing for this claw model. Okay, if you can see, it's a word-to-word occurrence statistics model. Okay, this is more for analyzing text. Okay, this is more for your testing and like some kind of summarization task or classification only. You can't do any advanced features with this kind of model. You'll have to go for other models. So I will be talking about models in the next slide as well. So let's not just stick to this one. I'll show you other models as well.
So basically, this type of model cannot be used to generate text. It can only be used to classify
Yeah.
some
Yes.
text. So I probably this is a precursor to LLMs. I think.
Yeah,
This type
exactly.
of library.
That's what I was coming to. That's what I'm coming to. So this is like natural language processing. I'm showing an example of summarization. Okay, what I wanted to show, I'll come to that point where you made a good point there. This is a precursor. So I wanted everyone to understand like what is happening behind the scenes. That was my main intent, that you people need to know what is happening, and then I'll go ahead and say okay how the models and other things work around. Okay.
One last thing, Sumant. One question came is what are the things that we imported, what libraries we imported? On the top, I remember like maybe regular expression, RE and few we
Yeah.
NLT. Can
Correct.
you? Yeah.
So we have
Okay.
pandas, NumPy, and then you have this natural language and TK, this library, and few other things we have imported.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
So Glove is a part of which library?
It's not a library. It's a
Mm.
specific file. We can say it's like a chunk of embeddings. Okay, and this is available on their website. You can go and download there. I'll show this later. Yeah.
Mhm. I think the confusion is coming typically when people get started. They directly have a Hugging Face API or something, make a call.
Yeah. That's
Not
what I want to
familiar with
show. I'll
it. Yeah.
clear the confusion. I'll
Yes.
clear the confusion for everyone. Like once I go ahead, I'll clear everyone's confusion. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I see. It's file based. You are opening a
Mm.
file and
Yes.
then
Yeah.
you are
Correct.
going line by line. Okay.
Yes. And
Yeah,
this is
please.
what happens with others as well. Okay, this is not for just this only. It happens with all the large language model as well, but we don't see that happening. Correct? Am I good to go ahead?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. All right. So, okay, we'll come to Hugging Face. Okay. So what is Hugging Face? So Hugging Face is kind of a repository. So everyone is familiar with the GitHub, where people, it's an open source repository. People share their software or programs and everything. Hugging Face is similar. It's a repository where people can share their machine learning or NLP libraries or models. You can share a lot of things related to AI in Hugging Face. I'll quickly show you the Hugging Face website. So it allows you to share your models, tools, and all. It gives you resources, and it's very well-known data set repository. You can also get data sets there. Okay, and you can also run your model. So it allows you to it gives you space. Okay, where you can run your own models. People can use it, and they can give out comments and reviews on that. And also this whole Hugging Face, they have created a library themselves. So it's called a transformer library, and we will be seeing about the transformer library in this next few slides. Okay, what it allows us to do is that it allows us to run all these models which we have, right? It allows us to run these models easily. Okay, and let me just quickly jump into the Hugging Face website itself. So if you go to huggingface.co, okay, you can see this website, and it has all the models available. So it's like it has the latest models available. It's very active in use. People all over the world use it for all these kind of things. And you can go around and understand what is there. I'll only show you the basic part in this. So you have something called as a model tab here in Hugging Face. And if you see here in this model tab, you have a lot of models. Okay, these are all new models which have come out recently. People, like, if you know that China is publishing Quen model, and it has just updated it 3 days ago. So you can also find a lot of models here which are open source, and people have contributed or added it here. And you can go around and search for any models you want. And the most important thing for beginners, I tell, is that these models are very big. Okay, these are really big models. Like 30B is literally 30 billion parameter. I don't know how much this is. It might be around 100 GB or more than that of space. So always look, like this is a 480 billion parameter model. Okay, this also has some around 600 GB of space or something it will take. So don't directly go and download the model. You need to have specific hardware to run the model. So again, a quick info on CPUs and GPUs, right? If you want to run this any kind of AI model, you need to have GPU with you. Okay, you cannot run a model on your CPU. That's the main thing. So, and again, GPUs are really expensive, and people who open companies or have lots of amount of money, they buy these GPUs and they run these models. Okay, and then you have something called as datasets in Hugging Face. Datasets is a very good tool here. So you can find people contributing their own datasets. So someone has probably contributed something related to. You can come here and search as well. Okay, if I say car, right, and I get these datasets related to cars. Okay, someone has taken the time to take all the pictures of different cars and has put that in a data set. And now if I want to create create any kind of program where I want to classify these cars, identify these cars, I can come here and directly grab this data set. Instead of me creating a separate data set, this is available for free for me. Okay, this is the point of open source, that all these data sets are available. I can find other data sets, including like some kind of any other language if I want. Okay, I want something related to Japanese language, I can get them from here. Anything I want, everything is available here. Then the next thing which is part of Hugging Face is this called spaces. Spaces is where people host their demos. Okay, if someone has created some kind of program with these models and all, they can host it here and you can come here and try. Okay, so if you click on this, it will open up the model, the space here, and you can write anything, So again, same. What is Python? If I just type this out, it's the same thing, but this is created by a user. Okay, so it gives me it's so people use this to do a lot of things and experiment here, so other people can come here and this is more of a coder. I think I should have not given this. What is Python? I should have given right a. Okay, it's still running. So sometimes what happens is this these models are hosted on a very low resource CPU, so it keeps running. You can come around and try on this. There are a lot of other things. There are voice models, there are video generating models and all. You can come around, play around this, and then you have something as a community here. So you have a lot of articles, blog articles talking about what is happening in AI, what are the different techniques which are being developed. You can go here. It's like more of a social media thing. You can go here and post things you want about AI, what you have created. So it's an all-in-all platform for everything related to AI and ML. Okay. Before I jump into that, any more questions? Any questions on Hugging Face and how it is used?
I just wanted to know, Sumant, that as some of these models are open source, so instead of let's say we don't have hardware resources, so we can use the APIs and use it in the cloud way.
Yeah, you can do that. Yes, if you have, I think some are even paid. You have to pay some amount, register with them, and then use. And some are like free. You can check them out and see if they're free or not. Based on that, you can use it.
And is there any way to filter out like the best reviewed working models out of all the listed ones on the Hugging Face itself?
Yeah, you can go and say more likes or most downloaded models. Okay, you have this. There are a lot of models. It's not just the major ones. You have something for image detection models and all. People have created those. You can even create your own models. So right now, the most liked one is the DeepSeek one, which is free again. So if you have the capacity, you have the hardware to create your own models, you can come here and then you can also upload them. So Meta usually uploads all their models on Hugging Face. You have this is the Meta based llama models.
Okay, got it.
Talking about GPUs, is it like not a perfect name for these processors? Is it like how is it graphical processing unit related to AI? It could be a very basic question. I have this doubt for a long time.
Okay, GPU. Okay, that's a good question. GPUs are more advanced processors than CPU. Okay, and they are specially built to process these matrix calculations. So AI is all about matrix calculation. Okay, in the background, the calculation happens via matrices, and they have better ability to do that, and that's why. So the whole point of using GPU is that it allows you to do the calculation very fast, okay, and efficiently. And that's the basic I can tell you, right? We are not going into deep that GPUs are much more advanced than CPUs, and that's why AI related any kind of software use GPUs.
That name is not very.
Name is not. It's GPU. It stands for graphical processing unit.
Yeah.
So graphical in the sense, the history is associated with games. I don't if you are aware of games like
Yeah. I know.
they use graphics, right? The similar way GPUs come from that line of family, or they come from the gamer community, and you can think in that way for understanding.
Technically, is it the right name or is it like should be
It's
changed?
the right name. It's right only. because games use a lot of metrics themselves. Okay, the way the games are built or how the game engine works, it also uses matrix computation. Okay, and the same matrix computation is being used by AI. So they are
They don't
using.
have to be. They don't have to be renamed as APU or AAPU or something like that.
No, they don't have to. Yeah.
Okay.
Victor,
Thank you.
Victor, if you take the next generation companies which are doing like Google, they named it TPU, tensor processing units. Tensor are the multi-dimensional arrays. Finally, they do the same math, but the initial purpose in which NVIDIA created all this was graphical purposes. So it just remains that way, but it is useful in AI also.
It's not a big deal, but for new people, they get confused, like me.
Absolutely, absolutely, yes, yes, agree.
Yeah, we can assume that G stands for intelligence now.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think
So
I
one
think one of the
question
main
here.
differences. Yeah.
So this Hugging Face that you showed, that was browser based. I couldn't catch that.
Yeah,
Hugging
it's a
Face.
browser based. It's a website. You can go to huggingface.co. You will find it.
So in Hugging Face, in the main, so there are models, or I mean, how to start about it? Just the huggingface.co.
Yeah, right. So have you
And
used GitHub, right? You have used GitHub, correct?
yeah,
Or okay, yeah. Similarly, this is, you can think of this as a GitHub for all your AI related libraries or models and anything. In GitHub, you host your programs, right? You commit your programs, you do all that, right? Similarly, this is for all the AI related models or data sets, all that.
but not code as such, or code also is
No,
checked in.
no, not exactly code, but this is like just for the models and data sets and other things.
Okay.
Okay, any more questions?
Let me see.
I think we'll go a bit over
Yeah,
time,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
It's okay, I guess.
Yeah, we are taking questions interactive so that this session is
Yeah,
useful.
yeah,
Um,
right.
our plan is like 12 o'clock, but I think the way it's going, we may be overshooting by 15-20 minutes probably. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, jumping forward, so we have LLMs and transformer models. So like everyone was asking about LLMs, so what are LLMs? Okay, so this is what we will be looking at now.
Okay,
So
just one more question before you get into LLMs. I don't have a GPU. So, is there any option of trying any smallest LLM in a, say, a Mac machine at least, but CPU, a Mac, say M1 or M2?
yeah, you can do that. Yes. If you, I can tell you that later about this once we are done with this. So you have something called as Olama. With Olama, you can download a very small model on your local Mac and run it. It's also available on Windows also. I can show that after this.
Yeah,
Will
sure.
okay. Okay. Sorry. So, okay, LLM. So everyone is aware of LLMs. I don't want to talk much on this. We are running a bit on late on time. So large language models are used everywhere. So the reason they are called large language models is because they are trained extensively on huge chunk of data. So when these big companies like OpenAI or Meta, they what they do is they take really huge or massive amounts of text data or image data or all this data which is available freely on the internet, and they take them together and they train their models. Okay, the way we saw in the previous example where we had a very small text file, right? The glove text file, which was, I said, which is around just 300 MB. So in case of these training models, these are very, very huge files. Okay, or you can think of these chunks of data which are very massive. And what they do is they train these models on that. So these models get all the information from the internet, and they apply all these deep learning algorithms internally. And one of the biggest algorithm or architecture which is being used is everywhere right now is the transformer architecture. So again, transformer architecture is a very deep and a complicated topic to talk in this kind of session. But the main thing what the beginners can always remember is like any kind of LLM which is being used right now has internally transformer architecture in it. Okay. So once you know what is a transformer architecture, it will be easy for you to understand like how this whole thing works. And the basically LLMs are what it is, just a next token prediction algorithm, right? It what it does, it keeps going on predicting the next text. So if you give it as a text, and it will just keep adding new words to it, right? So for us as humans, when we look at that, we say, okay, this is like AI, it is generating a lot of information, but basically underneath what it is doing is just predicting the next token. And the whole idea of the transformer architecture is predicting the next text. And this is like the transformer architecture. Again, not going too deep into it. What it allows is that it allows the tokens, like I spoke about tokens in my previous example, it allows the tokens to be processed parallelly. Okay. And because of that, it becomes very fast. So when we see something, when we type something in a LLM and it gives us a response, what is happening inside is that it is processing them parallelly, and then it is giving us the response. Okay. So I'm not again going too deep. Transformer architecture is a research paper available, and people who are more interested into this, they can go and read on that. And what I can say is every LLM out there today is using this or some similar architecture related to transformers for processing. Okay. And that's the reason that these large language models are able to run so quickly, or they are able to run efficiently and provide us answers whenever we ask any kind of questions. Okay. Any questions still on these two things? So
Yeah, when we say that these models are trained on vast amount of data, does it mean that the program runs on this data once or multiple times? What is actually training means? Like how it can help on like. So I didn't get that training on the data. So just normally the program runs on the data and once, and then we have set it's, or is it multiple times we have to run the program on data? Like how it is trained?
yeah, that training techniques are again very complex. You can think of, see, I have a small diagram here which shows the how the steps are followed. So this is the data collection. Data collection is when you get all the data, whatever related data you want to collect, you have that. Okay. One example I can give you, let's say that you are creating a model for medical purposes. Okay. You want to collect, have a model which only talks about medical. Okay, so you collect all the medical related data in your data collection phase, and you say, next time what you can do is do some pre-processing where you clean the data, you remove unwanted stuff and all. Then when you have the training stuff again, as like I said, there are algorithms available which will train this data, right? It allows the LLM to understand what is happening with that medical data. Let's say you have so much medical records and all, the LLM needs to understand what it is and what it is doing, right? So that is what training is called. Okay, and you can run multiple amounts of training on it until you are satisfied, okay, this model is behaving correctly or not. Okay,
Devendra, yeah. Devendra, the other way to understand is the way I interpret is we traditionally, if we take our in schooling days, right, high school and all, if you want to learn about plants and then organisms and all that, right, so we learn from the concept. That is our natural way that we learn. But the way machines will learn is, the analogy could be, you are giving them 100 MCQs on plants and organisms, and then you will ask them to form the connection. So MCQs, they will keep learning that, okay, for this is the right answer. And it will try to evolve and then start connecting, and it will deduce theories from those things. Instead of learning from concepts, it will learn from the information, build its own concepts, which are weights and models, and then it start answering future questions.
Okay,
So
got it.
rough example. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So until it is gives the right token or right when we are satisfied, we keep on trading this and make the weights and models behind. Is that the understanding?
Correct. Let's say we gave only Karnataka State Board syllabus only, and then CBSE it's not able to answer. Then we start feeding more CBSE questions also, so that it's able to elaborate and give a broader and better answer. Till then, you keep on tuning the model. Yeah. Once it is
Okay,
ready, you feel it's giving like scoring 90 to 95% in that one. Then we'll say, okay, this model is probably good for us to continue.
got it. Thanks.
Okay, so so this was like very brief about LLMs and the transformer architecture. So yeah, transformer architecture is used everywhere in the modern LLMs. Um, and and um, and when coming back to Hugging Face, so Hugging Face itself has a library. Okay, so it has a transformer library. Okay, which actually allows you to do a lot of operations. Okay, so this transformer is different from this transformer again. Just for people to understand, this is the architecture, transformer architecture, and this transformers library from Hugging Face is a different library. It what it does is it abstracts away the complex training and deploying. So it gives you a easier way to train or to deploy your own models without writing much code. Okay, so someone was asking earlier that all this what is happening in this first example which I showed, right? NLP summarization, we had to write a lot of code and we had to take all these files and do a lot of operations and all just to get a output. So here when I talk about these transformer library, it does everything for us. Okay, and then so the example for that, okay, is yeah. So again, I have two tasks which with these transformer libraries, which is summarization, which you already know. It takes a big text and then it summarizes into yeah, sorry. So what it does is summarization. It takes a big chunk of text and it summarizes the whole text. And then classification, one more example, where it takes a text or a data set and then it classifies it into different categories. Okay, so if I want to know what exactly is happening in this particular text, is it related to art or business, culture, entertainment, so I can do with classification. Okay, and this classification is again usually used with sentiment analysis or spam detection. So you people might be aware of emails, right? The Gmail has a spam detection. So if any kind of spam emails come, it puts it into a different folder. So that is what is happening with classification, right? So I'll jump into the code here. Okay, so you can see that here I have a text. Okay, so this is the Hugging Face summarization part, and you can see here I have a text which is talking about the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and it's giving some information. Right now I want to summarize this whole thing. Okay, I instead of writing a whole big program where if you are aware, I have written this whole big program. What I'm doing here is I'm just writing two lines of code, right? I'm just saying pipeline, and I want to summarize the whole thing, and I want to use this particular model. Again, this particular model is available on Hugging Face. It's coming from the Hugging Face website itself. And what I want to do is just summarize this whole text, right? So when I do this, what it does is it goes and fetches the model. It does everything internally. It does all the operations for me, and then it just gives me the summary. Okay, so this is the whole text here, and it just gives me the summary in like 2 lines. And this is the whole part of having a Hugging Face library, that you can do it much faster and much easier without with it just abstracts away everything from you. So you as a user only want to summarize the text, and it gives you the summary without going into the details. Okay, do you get that? So like someone said, this is very complex to understand, so this is much more easier to understand for users to use it from the first day itself.
Yeah. We have two people raise their hand.
Yeah,
Raghu,
yeah,
first
sure,
go
sure.
ahead.
Yeah, one quick question, Sumanta. In terms of you're using the model, but have you subscribed to it? I mean, do you have how do you pay for the model?
No, I'm not paying anything for the model. These are free models. These are available and hosted on Hugging Face. These are free. I'm not paying anything.
So if I need to use not a free model but a paid model,
Yeah.
then I think it integrates.
Yeah, for the paid models, you will have to pay some subscription and all. But these are again, what do you say, free models available for doing any kind of testing or any kind of things.
Okay. So where do I find the documentation how to use the free model? How do I identify which are free models in Hugging Face?
See, the thing with Hugging Face is that all these are free models as it is. Okay, these are open source and these are free, but these are very huge models. Okay, if you try to download them, these are like 600 700 GB of models, and they don't run on your normal computer, right? You need a GPU based computer, so you will not go ahead and use these.
So I don't want to download, but I want to use the model in the cloud. Let's say I have this.
Yeah, in that sense, this is just a hosting thing. Like it will only host the model, but that if you want to download and someone else might, like download this and then provide you as a service. Okay,
understood.
Right, someone might download this and they'll have their own hardware and they will provide you with an API, and then you have to subscribe to them. And if they are putting a paywall or they're asking you for subscription, you have to subscribe to them.
So how do I integrate that subscription? Let's say I have OpenRouter already, which supports quite a lot of models, hundreds of models.
Yes.
Right. So how do I use the OpenRouter API key and invoke from the Python program?
Yeah, that is again a separate thing that I have not added. All those Python, this thing API key and all that, those things I have not added. This is a very beginner friendly session, right? I have not added because it will confuse other people. Sure. So this is more about using the free models, and we are running a couple of tasks like summarization and all. So these are again, like I said, it's free, so you can quickly get a glance on how things are working.
Sure. Even these free models, it should have been hosted on our computer, right?
No, this is not hosted. In the sense,
this is already on the Collab. So this is already.
Yeah, this is hosted on Collab. If you are running this from your local computer, what it will do is go and download. So if you can see here, this particular thing, different models. I'll show you the classification ones. Yeah, these ones. So it will actually go and download it first. It will download this particular model, and then it will run the summarization task.
Thank you.
But we are running it on Collab, right? So we are not worried like about the space or any kind of thing. And one more thing I forgot to tell is runtime. So if in your Google Collab environment, you have something called as a runtime, okay? So you can go here and you can say change runtime type, okay? So you can see that right now I am not using CPU, I'm using the T4 GPU from Google, okay? So these are again Tensor Core processors. This is a TPU or a T4 GPU, and this allows us to run the model more faster because CPU is very slow to process these models. So I am choosing GPU. Okay, and when I do that, it downloads and just gives me whatever is needed. Okay, and make sure if you're running, always go here and to the runtime and make sure that you check on T4 GPU.
Yeah, there's one more question, probably Kakoli.
Yeah. I don't have much experience of using models from code. I have just used it as part of ChatGPT or Google AI Studio. Now, so for a person like me, what do you suggest to try your program in Google Colab, and then maybe is it possible to do it in a command line Python program?
Yeah, you can do that. So this you can practice here on Google Colab, and then you can jump into other your Python scripts or anything.
Okay, so then so the model that you are using here, Google Pegasus something. So how did you? So this is a free model. So one
Yes.
question was, how do we get to the free model? So it was like trial and error that, or how was it? I didn't get that. How do we get the list of free
See,
models?
these models are hosted here, like I said on Hugging Face. If you go and see here the models, okay, there are a lot of models. So one thing you need to understand is like there are thousands of models. The one which fits your work, right? What fits your necessity, that you have to take that. So there are some models which are only built for images, okay. So you don't want to take that image related model and you don't want to run it on this summarization task, right?
Yeah, got it. But see, you are using Pegasus for the summarization.
Yes,
So
yes.
given this example, how can we zero into that? So
Okay,
if we
okay.
go to
What you can
Hugging
do,
Face,
okay, I'll show you. In that case, what you can do is you can come here to the Hugging Face itself, and you can go to models, right? And on the
Mhm.
left side, you have these filter options. Okay, so you have a lot of filter options. So you want, what do you want to do? You want to summarize, right? So
yeah,
uh,
I can see summarization. I saw somewhere.
right. Yeah. So you have under natural language processing, you have
Okay,
summarization, right?
there are filters.
So then you will get all these different models which are only basically for summarization tasks. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
And all of them are hosted in which platform? In Hugging Faces platform, or
Yes,
does
they are on Hugging Face platform. Yeah.
okay. Now
And
in this Pegasus would also be there. So this 0.18, is this the size? I mean, is there something about the model
yeah,
which
so
can give us
so
an
if you
idea?
click on that, see, like I'll show you this. This is also useful. So this is the Facebook BART large CNN model, right? So when you click on that, it gives you this all the details as well.
Okay.
Okay? So you
Okay.
can come and read about it, like what is this doing and how it was created. Like they have given everything, right? So they also give you sample code as well, right?
Okay, that is great.
Okay, and they again same here, right? They have a huge text here and they're trying to summarize it. And then apart from that, they give you all the other information like when it was created, like all that. Okay,
Okay.
right?
So when you are using it in Google Colab,
Mhm.
uh, so it doesn't get downloaded.
It,
I mean, I'm trying to
it does
understand
get,
the difference.
yeah, it does get downloaded internally because we are using Google Colab. It what happens? I can show you. Okay, let's do this. But hold on.
I think time is also running out. What's the time?
Yeah. So if I want to take another model, okay. So I have this model, right? So I have this Pegasus CNN Daily Mail model. Okay, and if I want to replace it with here, I can replace this. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. And if I now click on run, what it will do is it will go and download it. So you can see that it's actually 2.28 GB of model. It has to download this of the first time. Okay,
Hmm.
so when you're running it for the first time, it will download everything and it will take time. So it takes around 2-3 minutes for all this thing to happen, and only then it will give you the summarized text. Okay.
Okay, this is the first time only. It takes so
Yeah,
much time.
the first time only. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so but we cannot see where it has downloaded. That is
Yeah.
a
So
black
if you're
box
doing
to
it from
us.
your local, if you're doing it from your local, it will download it to your laptop. But right now we are using the Google Colab servers, right? It will put it in some of the servers somewhere, right?
Mhm. And somewhere in the documentation of the model, it should be saying whether it can be run on CPUs or things like
Right.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and I believe there is a WhatsApp group also. So if we face any issues in
I'll share the
running,
link.
Yeah. 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 You can always ask questions on that. We'll be happy to answer. Yeah.
okay, thanks. That's great.
Okay, quickly jumping, we are running out of time. So that was the summarization part, right? And just to show everyone that whenever you are putting a new model here, it will take time for it to download. Okay, so you have to be a bit patient on waiting for it to download, and then it will give you the output. The same thing is for classification. I have an example here. So I'm using the same transformers library, and I'm trying to do is classify. So I have a text here. Okay. So this text says, this is a course about transformer library. Okay. I want to classify this whole text as education, politics, or business. I want to know what this particular text is, right? So if I try to run this, okay, so it will not run because this is running. Let me stop this. Okay, and
so this transformer is a Python library, unlike the earlier transformer, which is a part of LLM architecture.
yeah, correct, exactly.
So this transformer is used to do the same kind of stuff, text
Right.
summarization.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. It's not just text summarization, classification. You can do a lot of things. This is just an example I'm showing because we don't have much time and to get into everything. So that's the reason I said, like, with the Hugging Face, you can get into all the details of different models, right? And then you can click on them and understand what exactly is happening and all that.
Mhm.
Okay, you have a lot of filters here. You can go and check all that, and you can read about them. So only way to understand what is happening is to get into that. Like, you have something called text to video also, right? If you want to create videos, AI videos, so you have these models here, so you can go here and get to know what is happening and all, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so as you can see, so this is the classification model. So here as well, it is down internally. Again, in the background, it is downloading a small model, which is like 1.6 GB of it. So I just wanted everyone to see in live, like how it is happening in the background. So once everything is downloaded, only then it will give you the answer. So this is the output. So this was the sentence, right? This course is about transformer library, and it says that it has these labels: education, business, and politics. And statistically, it is saying this particular sentence is related to education, right? Because we are talking about some kind of course or some kind of transformer library, and so it is like trying to point out that this is an education related statement, and it is not a business statement. That's why it is giving a very low score for this business uh, to- label, and also a very low score for politics. Okay, so if I quickly change this line to something like there is a sale in supermarket. Okay, so I've already downloaded the model, so I don't have to re-download it. So it will quickly just go and fetch it. So here you can see that now the label has changed. Now it is saying that it's a business related classification, right? It is saying the business is like 96% of business statement here, and 0% like to education, and 0% to the politics. So this is like example for a classifier, just to classify various statements and all. And this is like a text classification one. Here what we can do is, like, if I have a sentence like this restaurant is awesome. Okay, and this is a review from a customer. I'm saying that this restaurant is very awesome. So what it is trying to say is, okay, this label is positive. I'm saying a very very positive comment about but some particular restaurant. And if I say I no, very negative, I hate the food here. Okay, if I say something and I run this, then it will classify it as a negative statement, right? Because I'm saying a negative statement. So these kind of things can be used to classify your reviews from users and all. Again, this also is the same. It is trying to classify as a movie, where we are trying to find if it's a positive or a negative rating for the movie. And then lastly, I have this model where it is used for text generation. So we are already aware of text generation. We use a lot of chat GPT and all. So I have this one sentence. In this course, we will teach you how to. So I'm just having this one sentence, and I want the model to complete that whole sentence. Okay. Um, so again, it will take time. It will keep downloading and all that. So once it's done, I'll show you. So can we jump into questions? Are there any questions? So this is the last part of this whole session that I
So
wanted to show.
this transformers has got nothing to do with Hugging Face, or
Transformers is a library from Hugging Face. They have
Okay.
created a library
So
for it.
basically, the models are got again from Hugging Face only.
Yes, yes, yeah.
But we don't have to. But earlier, I think so we don't have to include Hugging Face, that word, anywhere here, right?
Yeah, you're not including it here, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Hugging
in
Face is
the
just a
library.
marketplace to host all these LLMs, right? It's just a marketplace.
Correct. It's just
Right.
like
It's a marketplace. But and what is the transformers? So the first line, transformers,
Mhm.
that library is also a part of Hugging Face?
Yes, yes. It's a library built by Hugging Face. The Hugging Face itself is a company. Okay, it's a company. It's like a marketplace. It's a repository. It's everything. They
So,
have
okay,
a lot of.
one question that I have then, can we do mix and match, like agreed it's a Hugging Face library, but it's a Python library, but is it just made for their models, or it can be used with models outside Hugging Face also?
Yeah, you can use outside also. If you have your own model, you can use that as well.
yeah. Koli, what we'll do is once we finish the session, we'll check for others also if they have any questions. Then we'll come back to the extended questions if you have. I think Raghu, did you have any question? Anyone else?
Yeah, one
Is there
question. So I
anything
think
more, Sumant? Is there anything more you have to cover in theory?
No, just wanted to show that, okay, like this is the text generation model, and it just generates text, and yeah, that this is the last part. So I wanted to show. Yeah, we can jump into questions if anyone
Questions.
has.
Okay. Yeah. Because we are already 15 minutes and people are dropping. We'll just take the questions at the end. And then, Raghu, you have question?
No, I think you answered that question. Thank you. So basically, whatever is available on Hugging Face, you can use in Collab, which is great way, right? It's everything in the cloud. We don't need to download. Fantastic. Yeah, thank you. So just one question I had is, in that statement from transformers import pipeline, transformers is that Python library, and what is the pipeline here? Pipeline is it's a method.
You can think of it as a pipeline is a function again provided by Hugging Face. I think I had it in one of the slides.
Okay.
So yeah. So if you see this, right, the Hugging Face provides a lot of things, just not pipelines. You have tokenizers, you have data sets, you have pre-trained models. So different, again, within it has different libraries as well internally.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah. Anyone else who couldn't speak, or any question that you have? This is the last in the series. We covered basics of Python, data structures, NumPy, Pandas, and today this.
Yeah, right. So yeah, this is the thing. So we have covered on basics, intermediate things, and the data libraries, and this is the last part on AI related.
I have a question, but if it is too late, I can ask sometime later also.
Sure. What is your question? Maybe we'll take one last and then we'll wind up. Go ahead.
When people say they work on AI, do they develop models like this, or do they just use the model and develop application for them, or do they do something else? I'm not asking in terms of finding a job. I'm trying to understand how that ecosystem work. Like what are different people do different roles to build this whole things. People say prompt engineer, people say modeling and all those things. I'm just confused who does what and what are the other things they do.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a reasonable question. So there are again a lot of roles within the AI community, right? So there are people who only extensively train models. Okay, like you saw all the models. There are companies which only train models, and then there are people who build software or build products using those models. Okay,
Okay.
and then you have, like you said, about prompt engineering. Those are the people who use these models to again do some kind of activity with that. So again, there are a lot of domains within AI, and different people are working on different domains.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, anyone else?
Okay, sorry to ask one last question,
Yeah.
Janardhan. So in
Yeah.
Hugging Face, I'm in Hugging Face. I was just trying to see models. I can see one tab, and there is a libraries tab, but I see very generic things also there. Scikit-learn, then so these are nothing to do with Hugging Face itself, right? So so what is the context here? Keras. So these are just generic Python libraries, but in the AI space. So is it like they are aligned or some way connected to the models that they have in their marketplace?
Mm. Where are you seeing those? Like, if you're seeing my screen,
Okay, you are showing your screen, is it?
yeah.
In the left.
Okay. You need to like have an account. You can create a free account here. So I'm in my logged into
So
my.
when you click models,
Okay.
yeah, in the left hand panel, there are the libraries. You go
Yeah.
on top.
Yeah. Here.
Yeah, you click the libraries tab. See,
Yeah.
all these things are coming, right?
Yeah.
So they are generally listing out. I mean, it's a marketplace, right? So you
Yeah, so these
generally,
are framework. So these are libraries, and PyTorch is like a framework, and TensorFlow is also framework, right? And these are built using that, right? So if I go to NVIDIA Llama, right, and it gives you all these labels here. So it tells that it is using this particular PyTorch, and it is a text generation library, and what it is used for, right? So it's in English, and it's a Llama 3 model, and it's mostly conversational. So it gives you a lot of text. So in that, it's a PyTorch in the sense it is using internally PyTorch framework. Okay, so PyTorch
okay.
is
So
different.
what you are saying, the models that are listed in the in this Hugging Face, they are in some way using some
Frameworks.
or all of these libraries, and that's why they
Yes.
are listed.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a very deep down topics in AI. Like once you get into it, there are a lot of things to cover. You can't cover everything in 1 hour. That's the thing. So again, PyTorch, just for quick info, PyTorch is a framework which is usually used for building these kind of AI applications and all.
Yeah. One last question. Okay. So one
Yeah,
question
yeah.
we had was data sets available in Hugging Face. Okay. Can we use the data sets directly in your code or
Yeah, you can.
model?
So I have not shown that. So in data sets also you can import them the way we have imported the models and all. So you can directly import them. You can get into a data set and see if there are any examples. So some people will add examples here, how to import them and all. So you can do that and get any of the data set, which is useful for your application you're building, right? So if you're using some kind of data set for image or video and all that, you can grab any one of these and try it.
Yeah. Great. Thank you all. One last time, just in case you have not subscribed yet, the future items. I see that we're getting requests to conduct more detailed sessions. I'll be publishing them soon in our meetup group. Join the Byte of Python series, the meetup group, and we'll publish here any new events upcoming or even the sessions that are there. Thank you. Have a
Suman.
good.
Thank you, Janardhan. So just if you have any future session on the MCP with the Python, that will be really great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. Thank you all.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Janardhan and Sumant, for conducting the sessions.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for attending.
Okay. Bye bye.